Welcome back to Let's Try Roleplay. This is episode 13 of the Great Capital Bake Off. I'm James, and I'm struggling to play Ibothane, the Dragonborn sorcerer.
I'm Robin, and I'm face-palming my way through playing Nine, the Tiefling Paladin.
I'm Connor, and I'm just fucking having a ball playing Tholme, the human rogue.
And I'm Henry, and it's rather variable depending on who I'm playing, how good I'm doing.
Welcome back to Let's Try Roleplay. We went to the Sunken Dragon for drinks, and after much hilarity, we actually managed to get some more information out of Sarah. She told us that very few people have access to the magic stones that were stolen. And one of these people is Professor Mumblemore. He appears to be becoming a little bit more suspicious each time we learn something about him. Sarah doesn't appear to be involved. In fact, she seems like a nice girl. I like her for Andrew. She did admit to us, though, that she too finds the professor suspicious upon occasion. After the drinking, we decided to return to the dorms. There we found the other Dragonborn. They appeared to be very sad. They had been drinking and fighting and drinking and fighting. Actually, it sounds pretty good. But with everybody feeling on edge, we decided to keep guard overnight. Everybody will sleep in the common room, and Tholme pointed out that I might be a target. Anyway, time to get some sleep. And see you in the morning.
So, it's the morning. You've all woken up after 9 probably woke you up from a rest.
What? We starting drinking already?
This is 9
Mind you, I'd already opened my beer before you guys.
Tholme had one open from last night prepared.
Can I just say that Tholme had a really bad sleep?
Why?
Because his cuddle with everything wasn't as good as usual. He was all like rough and scaly, and he was itchy and scratchy, and just it wasn't a good time.
Normally I only scratch her during sex.
Why is that, James?
Huh?
Why were you so scratchy?
I leveled up.
And took.
Ibothane was uncomfortable to sleep next to because he was hard all night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
All over as well.
I gained the feat, Dragon Hide, which is up to my Charisma Y1, which is meaningless.
But next time.
But next time it does something. But importantly, I grew hard scales, or all of my scales turned hard, and I'm no longer quite a squishy boy as I used to be.
Ooh.
My AC is now 14 instead of 11,
Ooh.
which is pretty good, with no armor on. And then I have retractable claws at the tips of my fingers, so I can now extend and retract claws at the end of my fingers that are natural weapons that I can do damage of 1d4 plus my strength modifier, and I get proficiency with it. My strength modifier is 0, if you were wondering.
How useful this is going to be.
So that's a 1d4, which is about a magic missile. But it basically means that I now have scratchy abilities.
more for interrogation purposes than
I mean, I
anything
get a
else.
1d4 plus 1 with a dagger, but fuck it. Claws.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
So, yeah, you'll wake up.
Not quite squishy.
Actually, speaking of that, you'll wake up and probably Raspar was up first, and he maybe goes over and he's just like, "Thank you for keeping me and Alphobasa company last night. It made us feel much safer. And I assume none of you saw anything. I mean, I was asleep all night. Did the three of you see anything during the night?
Was I up in the middle of the night?
No,
I did a watch. No.
Oh fuck! We did watches.
You did.
watches.
None of you saw anything.
I didn't see anything.
I rolled a 1.
Very well. Ibothane.
9 mumbling about penguins.
Ibothane. Come over here.
What are you going to do to me?
Do you go over to him? He's kind of
Yes,
standing
I
over by the
go
bar,
over to
making coffee for everybody, or tea. He says, "You
No,
want tea?
no new tea for me, please."
I'll make you coffee. Make sure coffee." He calls you over, and I'm assuming you're wearing your dressing gown and all that. Mm-hmm. He puts out a finger and flicks you on the forehead.
That's rude.
Your scales.
Oh,
Oh no, don't. Oh, not on the forehead. I've been drinking. Oh, so much.
Your scales, they are
Oh, I know.
no, they. Do you notice anything different yourself?
No.
You probably notice your scales are a bit more rugged.
I probably noticed that my scales are a bit more rugged.
Can you put out your hand?
He's become a man.
I
He
put out my hand in real life.
he grabs the middle of your hand, presses down a certain way, and claws extend out of each of your fingertips.
I'm like Wolverine.
Reference I don't get.
But then, how old are you?
How old are you? I'm overage.
No, how old are you? How old are you? I mean, I'm 37.
I do not know. I'm around 32-ish. Around that ballpark.
Ah, you hit second puberty.
Is this happening overnight?
We Dragonborn grow up quite quickly, and he hit second puberty. It happened to me a few years ago. So you get
I
hard,
immediately open my robe and look down.
you get hard,
Oh, yes! Finally!
you get hard skin, you get retractable claws, and penis grow by 2 inches.
Finally! 3 inches!
Oh no.
Finally,
worry.
I can see it.
Is
Third,
this
you'll hit
puberty?
third puberty in about 3 or 4 years.
Jesus, what happens then?
You don't want to know. It's bad.
Jesus.
I overhear this conversation. So, have you been through third puberty?
No, I should be hitting it in about 2 weeks.
Oh, Jesus, is it bad times?
No, I mean, I'm not that bothered. It's fine for me, but
At third puberty, we all start having nightmares about penguins.
Penguins.
I mean, it depends. Depends on the exact person. Some Dragonborn randomly grow wings.
Fuck.
My
Ooh.
family have a bit of a heritage of nothing really happening, but it
Oh, that
depends.
sucks.
So, yeah. No, it's fine.
Wings are nothing.
Yes, but imagine growing wings overnight. The pain. Imagine how did you had growing pains growing up?
I don't really grow much.
I can tell. But you know of growing pains?
I've heard of them.
That times 10,000. Grow wings overnight.
No,
Shit's
it's true.
awful.
First puberty, worst part. Dragonborn, like height of gnomes when children. My height next night. It's fucking terrifying.
yeah,
it
Tholme's
really
like
is.
5'3". So
You know, you can tell no difference between kobold. The only way you can tell difference between kobold and dragonborn is by punching them. The kobold cries, dragonborn does not.
Dragon
Wow.
pushed you back.
That is when you are like 12. Next night, me.
Literally.
okay, fair enough.
And then one day, we just die.
You know, Fyodor actually held record for smallest ever born dragonborn. Then puberty happened. He big.
Oh wow.
Second biggest.
And then one day, he just die.
Hey, that's a bit.
Too soon?
That's a bit. Oh.
He hit final puberty.
Anyway, so it looks like all three of you, maybe not you, Nine, but Tommy, you seem to sleep well. How was your night?
It was a bit, as I said, it was a bit scratchy, but I don't know. I had this bizarre dream about, I needed to pretend to be someone else to get into a castle or something, and then I had to deceive them, and then persuade them to get in, and then I had to use my insight to look around, and I don't know. I just feel a little bit better about those things when I feel like I learned some stuff. I learned some shit from that dream. So yeah, I get a feat called Skilled, which gives me proficiency in so I chose Insight, Deception, and Persuasion as my 3 things to get. I now have proficiency in 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Really-
I have proficiency in 10 things.
You're a twat. I've got a proficiency in
You're like half bard at this point.
5 things. You genuinely are going hard on the I want to be good at persuading and deceiving people.
I realise it is what he does a lot, but isn't actually very good. Doesn't have the stats to back it up. I also have half proficiency in history, nature, and religion.
What about you, Nine? You seem to be screaming something about penguins.
I mean, there's emperor penguins, there's king penguins,
There are
there's crested penguins. There's so many penguins that can just come
What
at
other
you at any
types
point.
of penguins, Robin, does the Google open next to you tell you there are?
It's like,
Actually,
so there was another type as well. What was it that we remember that wee boy? Remember Kyle? He was talking about those. What was the type he was talking about?
Emporions.
I It was something. You were talking about this book he was reading or something. Mind that?
Pipplop's Magical Adventure, just to actually remind you.
It was
Tell you what, the encrusted penguins are
But
terrifying.
you were screaming something about burning them.
I heard the words "die happy feet to die" over.
yeah.
But yes, that's a prompt to get you to
Yeah.
talk about the feat you took.
Penguins.
Shut up,
The
penguins.
feat
Tell us
that's
about your
extremely
feet.
related to fire that you took.
Well, so I think penguins have always been okay until last night, and then I burnt a lot of them. Basically, 9 got a feat. We all leveled up. 9 got the flames
Of
of.
Flaggoth, I think.
Fleflig.
Is it the flames of penguin? Can we just call
Can
it
we
that?
just change it every time? The flames of Finland.
Plefligithos. Oh god, I'm not.
Flaglos.
Perfect.
Yeah. Anyway, what does it give you?
Yeah, me. So basically, I spoke to Henry about this. So it's more based around fire spells and stuff, but we thought it'd actually work quite well with my flame tongue sword that I've got. Basically, when I ignite my sword, I get to re-roll 1 damage. If I roll 1 of my damage, I can re-roll that, but I have to take whatever the second roll is. Also, when I ignite my sword, anyone who hits with a melee attack has to take 1d4 fire damage.
So that round, yeah.
And then also when my thing's ignited, I shed a 30 feet light when my flame sword's on. Penguins.
So yeah, specifically it's when you ignite your sword for the round after you ignite it, you basically get fire armor. And then your sword would already actually probably give light around, but you give specifically dim light, light for 30 feet and dim light for 60.
Yep.
So
Every time she has nightmares about penguins, can it be like a different pop culture penguin? Like one night she's like, "Oh, surf's up," and then one another night, "Nope, nope,
Newt.
nope." Oh shit! Fuck.
Fuck the joke.
Nope, nope.
Newt.
So yeah, that's what happened to the 3 of you overnight. And it's probably about 9 a.m. When you get a knock on the door, and a moment later the door opens. Because he wants to show that he respects your privacy, but has the authority to come in
Is it
anyway.
actually because none of us answered the door?
We're all slumber partying
Yeah,
in
but,
in the hall.
door.
But in walks Gregor.
Hand it, definitely.
In walks Gregor, and he looks at you and is just like, "Well, you all seem to be. Did you have some sort of sleepover in here last night? Suppose it does make sense."
For safety, not. It wasn't like a sex thing.
Hey, I understand. I wasn't. I didn't think it was until
I was hard
now-
all night for a different reason.
I kind
Greg.
of. Oh, did you reach Dragonborn Puberty too?
Why does everyone know about this except for me?
We study it in biology class.
The fuck?
He's a good student.
Like the people who went to war with us studied the art biology. That's terrifying.
It's what we learned about the Germans in history.
not in biology.
Yeah,
I
true.
mean,
German
technically
biology.
technically we did. They don't have a different biology.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
That secret German gland.
Right. I don't know. Yeah. That's weird.
Those German organs, damn, they work so well.
So
Like their
efficient.
cars.
But yeah, he walks in and is just like, and you're, he's just there. Your boy servant updated me on everything you've been doing.
He's not my boy servant, he's my familiar.
Ah, right.
Oh, I thought he was referring to himself.
Craig.
I thought he was talking about himself, like your boy servant, me, is
No,
updating
your boy
you. I was
servant
like,
Craig
oh.
informed me of everything you were up to yesterday. He'll turn to Raspar and Fyodor. No, Raspar and Othelbasser and say,
Jason.
I'm sorry about not being able to bring your friend back. The higher ups don't think it's probably possible for now, so we're not going to try again unless we get any updates.
Okay, we
on
best
that.
work quickly then.
Yeah. For
I want him
now,
back.
we've got him in. They've cast a spell on him to keep his body from decaying.
Okay.
And we've prepared it for what little we know of Dragonborn funerary rites and transport back home for now.
Yeah. Okay.
Which itself, I don't think I need to tell you, makes you guys' mission that much more important, because we can't really send a foreign diplomat home dead without finding out why he died.
Yeah.
It's kind of turned from a find him out before he kills somebody else into find him out before he or she, I suppose, kills somebody else and we are at war again.
Well, I can guarantee you, Gregor, we have not wasted a single second on this task.
I'm so hungover.
I mean, I don't. Yeah.
We have been working every minute, every day. We've not deviated at all.
Not a single wedding.
That's really weird you would bring that up, but
What you're
I mean, I don't feel like I need to tell you that I don't believe you.
well, I could roll deception.
Oh, yeah, sure, roll it. Yeah, roll it.
What is that? Oh, it's a 3. Oh dear, but I've got my... Is that persuasion or deception?
It'll be deception because it's a lie.
Scarf of deceit. So
You get advantage.
So I can... Ooh, 12 plus 4, 16.
Oh, yeah, he believes you then.
Yeah.
He's just like, I don't want to believe you, but for some reason I do.
For some reason, the DM gods are telling me I have to.
For some reason I got a message from the Emperor saying that I should.
Speaking,
Gregor! Believe him, Gregor. He's telling the truth,
speaking of the Emperor,
Yes.
is there any chance we could talk to him?
Probably.
Wait, what? Wasn't
fuck.
expecting that one.
I mean, the matter has been brought to his attention.
What's he doing about it?
Not much. He kind of has other things to be doing at the moment.
Does he have like other names that are like, the Emperor, the big, he's never been known as the Big Bad.
The what?
No, it's fair enough.
He has been known as the Big Dab, though.
The Big Dab.
I mean, some
Not known as the boss.
some do call him Big Daddy, but
Big Daddy.
The Big Daddy. Oh, is he actually say that?
some do call him Thick Daddy, which is a shout out to you.
Oh, that was so smooth.
We can try and talk to him. I mean, we'll have to get our finery back on.
You'll have an audience at some point. Maybe not today, maybe tomorrow, depending on what he's doing. Be prepared to be kind of called on at any moment.
That's fine.
He's got a pretty busy schedule. Today he's playing tennis with his coach, and then later on a pretty intense spa feature.
A very good spin class, followed by a good rub down.
Look,
by...
he's not Trump. Like, he does his job.
Right.
followed by
Wait, so what?
sacrifice of 50 servants. I mean, the dinner party.
Yeah.
No, the
He's gonna
Oh,
pump out
okay.
like 60 homunculi.
You've heard about all of our incredible endeavors, all the important stuff that we found out. What about
sure.
yourself?
I had some paperwork to do, and I had a nice dinner last night. I didn't have lunch.
So fucking.
I mean, I've just been at work.
I thought you were going to be doing stuff as well.
I mean, to a point, I've been doing the paperwork involved with a death. Updated certain people on what your familiar, Ibothane, told me. I feel weird calling him your familiar when he's right there.
It's fine. He doesn't talk much. Shut up, Craig. It's okay, Craig.
Okay.
High five, Craig.
Puts his hand up meekly.
High
You
five
get your
him.
claws out.
My new claws by accident. I'm so sorry, Craig.
Roll damage.
He takes 1 point of damage.
I'm sorry, Craig. I'm still getting
Ow.
used to the claws.
When did you get claws?
Last night, Craig.
I'm so... At the wedding?
No.
Wait, sorry, there was no wedding.
There was no wedding.
At the cake?
But the cake. No, it's alright. He knows about the cake.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
How does
Gregor, you said you were going to get us a list of every single person that was at the...
Yes.
Do you have it?
Not yet, no.
This is not going to be important.
I mean, I can probably have it later today.
Okay, cool.
But there are a lot of people there.
Cool. I just want you to roll them random name table and read us out 100 names. No, not now, not now.
give us one.
We'll release that as a special episode of just me reading like 10,000 names off.
like Bobby Bob, Timmy Tim, Jerry Joe.
Just go through
Sammy
the dictionary.
Sam.
GLaDOS
Like,
McFly,
yes,
why
this
not?
man was called onomatopoeia. Just read every word in the dictionary.
Yeah.
But yes, I don't really have anything else to tell you. So I'm gonna go. Bye. And he walks away.
Oh shit.
If you go to say something, he'll turn around. It's like, yes.
Do you have any advice?
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I didn't mean generally.
Do you have any from hearing Craig's update? Do you have any advice for us? We were planning on going to see the Professor Mumblemore.
Why would you be going to see him?
He's a naughty wizard.
Why do you think that?
He didn't tell his students that some of the stones that they'd also been working on had also gone missing.
Right. When did you find this out?
Last night,
After
when
an
we were...
event that was not important.
Mm-hmm.
On a reconnaissance mission.
Yes.
Right.
Top secret.
In
Okay.
Can't disclose any of our sources. Even under interrogation.
Please roll deception for that. But Foamy already has, but Ibothane and 9 need to roll deception for that.
Guys, you've blown my cover.
Non-natural 20.
Right.
16.
He does not believe Ibothane.
I'm disappointed in myself.
And he's just like, look, okay. But if you don't trust him, I trust you guys' judgment. Go talk to him. In that case, I probably do have some advice. He's powerful.
No.
So...
Yeah, his name, Big Baddie.
I mean, no, he's a very long-serving and tenured professor. But,
So he's powerful. Are you expecting us to get into a fight with him?
I mean, look,
Are we
I've read
expecting
your
to get into a
files.
fight with
No,
him?
no, guys, I've met you.
I've both read your files and met you. I just, look, he's a very, as I say, he's a long-running, tenured professor. Has met the Emperor himself personally.
Does he respect the Emperor?
I mean, he lives in the capital, so I would
So
assume
when
so.
did he recently...
I think
has
we
he
could
entered
use
the
our trick
barrier
again.
at any point? Has he had to go
What are you
past
talking about?
Was he born inside the barrier and never left?
I mean, I don't know. I could probably get you the records for entering and exiting the barrier. That would
Yes.
probably take a day or so.
Jesus Christ, the red tape. What the fuck?
Bureaucracy.
I mean, there are 4 separate gates and hundreds of people, thousands of people at the moment enter and exit. Tens of thousands really enter and exit every day. But I could probably
But we only
get
want to know
some
about one
menials
person.
to... Yeah, but they'll have to trawl through all the records.
I don't... does he strike you as someone who could profit from a war between the Dragonborn and the capital?
He just laughs at that. It's like, no.
What species
Does this
is he?
look like a laughing
He's an
matter?
elf.
He's an elf. So how old is he?
Prejudice.
Is he old enough to remember the war?
He would have been an elven child at the time.
Right.
What happened
Head
to his
cannon.
parents?
Yes. Did his parents die in the war?
Yes.
Honestly, not sure. I mean, he's about 350 now.
Can you check his file?
We don't keep file. Well,
He's probably got like.
we do
doctor's
keep
records
files
or
on all
something.
Imperial citizens, but we don't really keep files on. I don't have access to files on everybody.
Okay, so he doesn't happen to go like, oh, now you mention it. His father was famously killed by a Dragonborn, and then he did vow vengeance.
But yeah, I mean, I can't. He's a long-serving, very, very tenured person at the.
Okay.
So, just basically, what I'm saying is, don't walk in there accusing and firing off firebolts,
Quick question.
which is what I feel like you would do.
If we have to kill him,
Preferably don't.
but if we have to,
Right.
where's the line in the law? Are we in trouble for this, or looking the other way?
I mean, look, you're not actually on an official business, technically.
Point at my...
But yeah, it's end of the day, the Emperor's word is law.
So
And he's not directly said that you are doing this, but he has acknowledged and heard that you are doing this. So don't go around killing people.
I hear what you're saying.
If you
I hear
do-
what you're saying. I use fire. No body, no crime. I hear what you're saying.
Right. Preferably okay, yeah, sure. What
I feel like Nine's trying to say something important.
When was the last time a Dragonborn entered the capital?
Other than these three, and Ibothane here, not since before the war, so maybe 500 years ago.
So anyone with any sort of long burning resentment would either have to have met people on the road or actually gone down to the Dragonborn kingdom if they needed to exact any
Probably.
sort of issues. Okay, that's interesting to know. Grand.
Gregor, can you help us out in any way?
I mean, in terms of...
Is there anything else we can tell him?
We're putting you together a team.
Team of not remarkable people.
Do you have anything else to tell me? Or
What else have we found
or
out?
can I go do the mountain of paperwork that I
Nine,
still
what
have
have
to
you
complete?
written in your journal?
Not basically what I wrote on these 2 pieces of paper in front of me, which I had a list of questions which aren't really getting answered. I still have motive for killing, question mark. What killed Theodore?
Wait, you have
Question
motive
mark.
for killing?
No, but who had the motive for killing? Yep. Yeah, all I really have is go to Mumblemore.
Yeah, he's the only real lead I've got.
Talk to the Emperor.
Talk to the Emperor.
Talk to the Emperor's good.
Because that's cool.
Do we have an appointment with Emperor?
As I said, no, but he may have a spare 20 minutes at some point.
We also can go back to Snapey Boy or whoever it was.
Yeah.
Professor Snake.
Snake.
Yeah, Professor Snake.
Hmm.
It says university. So there was something I thought we needed to do before. Oh no, it was talk to Gregor before. going
Yeah.
there. Right, cool. So,
Also, we need to pick up the potion seller on the way out.
yes, we do.
Craig,
Yes.
you run quickly to potion seller's room and let her know that we're ready to go. And meet us at the place we talked about earlier. I can't be asked to make up a place.
Tell us to come here.
Right. Okay.
Yes,
I
we'll
will.
get ready to go.
Pew! He's out the door.
Wow. He
Today
levels
he's a
up
monk.
as well.
For now, he's a monk.
Fuck me.
What is he? Different class every day.
No, just when I feel like it.
Fuck.
Craig
He,
is a
he
class.
has stats, but yeah, Craig's his own class.
He's a Craig.
He's a Craig.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll go and get ready. Take off my robe of fluff
Mm-hmm.
and get my stuff on. I'll go and have a drink.
You drink.
Yeah, have one of those lovely beers that we talked about. What am I gonna choose? What beers were there?
Fucking get drunk.
No, just no.
Just a morning pick me up.
Exactly.
You have a... Gregor, before he leaves, says, Thormy, you have a problem.
Hey,
yeah.
I think you'll find, ask any chemist, alcohol is a solution.
Good point.
He goes for a Tinkerton's Halfling brew.
All right.
Oh, nice.
Just to get him going.
I'm going to grab the mystery box.
Once again, nothing comes out.
Shit.
We've turned off our supply.
Got any more Dragonborn vodka?
I mean, if Alphobassa hasn't drank all of it,
I grab a whisper of that and then get ready to go. And
yeah,
by that, I mean,
there's a whisper left.
I'm going to take a dump.
A
and
whisper?
then
I want a
put back
whisper.
on my robe.
Take it off.
Now,
Yeah.
I want a whisper.
Thormy
God
goes-
damn you.
Thormy goes for a whisper, not a dump as well.
All right.
Shall I roll for it?
No, I'm just assuming that'll be a long enough time for potion seller to get back. What, she need half an hour?
Yeah.
Not just a potion
Not
of
quite.
haste.
She's pretty quick.
Did I send Gary away anywhere?
I don't know where Gary is at any given time.
Gary's wherever. You sent Gary outside to observe.
Oh yeah, overnight.
Yeah.
Gary comes back. While
Cool.
I'm sitting on the toilet, she comes and sits on the windowsill. I'm like, Gary, did you see anything?
Pidgey! Which means no.
Okay, good.
Great to hear.
Okay, cheers. Yeah, just come in. We're gonna head off again in a minute.
Pidgey! Which means okay. I fully understand what you're saying. I will be waiting outside for the
I'll
rest
lean
of you.
over to Nine and like, do you think you can actually talk to that bird? Is he just pulling our leg?
See, I like that he's in the bathroom, which means you two are in his room while he's taking a shit.
Over here is Pidgey, and we're like, did they actually speak?
He's bullshitting us, right?
Right, so after a time, Craig comes back with potion seller. She comes back and she has a number of potions on her.
How much I owe you? Remember,
100 gold.
mates rates.
100 gold.
100 gold.
Each.
Fair enough.
Each.
Oh,
I get you potions.
Think of
That's
all.
a big discount.
What are you giving us?
3 greater healing potions
Think
each.
of all the
And
fun.
1 potion of giant strength, frost giant strength.
each.
1, but
Oh.
I only have 1.
And then the speed ones.
And then 1 haste potion.
Each.
Only 1. I don't have that many. I don't have my laboratory. I have my.
I mean, no, we went in there was a laboratory in there.
I don't have my full laboratory. I have my travel laboratory.
Think of how much fun you're gonna have with us the next few days. You don't think you could do a bit
This is it.
of
I love the idea.
everything?
We're just arguing with her. The woman only has this.
No.
But come
cheaper.
on.
We're trying to get it
I literally
cheaper.
only have this. I can't suddenly have more.
I'm selling them to you at cost.
Can I roll persuasion?
Sure.
21.
Not. You do get it, but like not by enough. She's like,
Look, I understand that you want more, but I can't. I'm literally selling it to you at cost. Okay. Like
Cool. So what? Tell us what you've got in total.
so you each get 3 potions of greater healing.
3 potions of greater healing each. Fuck it,
I'm
right,
sorry,
you know what?
that's
100
actually pretty decent.
Yeah, 100 gold is a fucking bargain. I thought she was just giving us 1 each.
No, and then you between all of you have 1 potion of frost giant strength and 1 potion of haste.
Guys, I still have a diamond that's worth $1,000.
Oh.
That bitch gave it to us.
So who wants haste potion? Who wants frost giant potion?
I have the haste.
Yes. Ibothane, do you want the frost giant potion? Do you want me to take it? What's
No, you take it. I'm not gonna punch anyone. It's not my jam.
You mean you're good with your new claws?
But I already have something.
What do you have?
Last
what
night.
do you have?
I need a moment quickly whilst we're recording. Hold on.
Last night,
I give you
Ibothane
my
said,
potion of giant healing. No, giant. I just combine them both together.
"Yeah, potion of giants healing. That's a new one. I'll make it. Give me
That could
some.
be
I'm not gonna do it today. I don't have any. I miss making potion. I want to go do it now. How long is this going to take?
We're leaving
long time.
now.
Right, where are we going?
We are going to speak to Mumblemore again, but we've been told he's
We
panicked.
spoke to him. Why?
Was she here last? Was she there when we were?
Yeah, she was
Oh,
there.
Yeah, you were there.
True.
Do you remember?
God forgot.
Fuck's sake.
I have what I have.
What do you have?
I remembered.
What do you
I was a
have?
bit drunk last night, so I forgot. But last night, before I went to sleep, I used both of the 2 gems of spell storing.
Right.
And I've got a spell storing spell stone of spell storing, which
Yes.
contains the stored spell of blink.
Right.
I'm gonna give that
that's
to
a good
9,
Oh!
because then 9 can cast blink. That might be quite
can.
helpful.
What level?
Blink.
Just whatever blink is.
Blink
Yeah.
is
3.
a level 3 spell,
Cool.
and then I also have 1 of fireball,
Cool.
which I'm going to hold on to myself.
Issue. I can't cast level 3 spells.
It's
No,
fine.
you don't
in
have
the,
to-
in
it's
what
a
you don't
sword.
have.
So you
just
cru-
crush it.
You crush it and then
Crush it in
blink
your
at
hands
you.
and it'll
Sorry,
cast
I
it.
thought you meant like I had to like expend.
So probably
They're-
save
they're-
for the boss.
They're essentially like better versions of a scroll, but much more expensive. Because a scroll, you can cast it, but if you can't cast that kind of spell, there's a fail chance. A spell storing stone is like a guaranteed you can cast it, but they're a lot more costly.
Oh, and did I say I put fireball in the other one? No. I forget. I actually put my new spell in it.
You couldn't have because you got that this morning.
Shit.
Unfortunately,
Well, I didn't put my new spell in it. Fuck!
because you got that when you woke up.
Yeah, no, fuck you. Yeah, I put fireball in it, like I said before.
Right. Oh, that's interesting.
She gives you a thumbs up. It's like,
Nice.
Thumbs up. Right, where are we going?
I just told you.
Shall we go?
Necromancy did first, I think.
Yeah, we can maybe see if we can suss out Mumblemore from Professor Snake. Snake.
Professor Snake. That's a weird name.
He's the professor of necromancy. at the
Oh.
Arcane University.
A
No, don't-
goth kind of person, then.
You sounded way too into that. Oh my god.
I've
I
got a
had
plan.
my type when I was younger.
I have plan. Follow me. Good cop. 9, bad cop. Dragonborn cop. Potion seller cop.
That's
Yes,
the plan.
I can do that.
that's the plan.
What's Craig? Craig cop.
Craig is the. Craig is like the tape recorder.
He's just gonna like sit on the table, just going.
For the tape, Craig.
Yes.
He just does impressions. Craig's just like,
Well,
Play it back, Craig.
I can't do a good. I can't do a good Russian accent in this voice at the same time.
Neither can I.
Right. I burn my potion of haste rather than using a
Tabaxi taxi.
taxi. No, I don't.
No,
That's
you
useless.
piece of shit.
5 gold for a taxi one way, or
15 gold all day.
15 gold a
Let's
day.
use the all day.
All
We
day,
don't know
may
where
as
we're gonna
Very
be.
well. As you get there, they say, "Oh, sorry, we've due to recent infrastructure changes, you have to give us the 15 gold at the start.
I don't give a shit.
But we will wait around all day for you."
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck it.
Is this because we keep getting your drivers lost?
Cool. Who was my guy's name again? It's like
Tholme.
We change them every time though.
I want David the Goliath.
David the Goliath. It's his day off. He's at home.
What about?
You can have Derek the Goliath.
Oh yeah.
It's his brother.
Oh fuck, is he bigger?
No, he's a bit smaller but wider.
What about Locket?
Locket's free.
I'll take Locket.
What about Alexander, the elf
Ooh,
taxi?
he
Yeah.
yeah, he tore his Achilles yesterday.
Everyone said he'd have a weak spot.
Yeah.
Who knew it would be as Achilles?
I'm sorry to tell you this. We had to let him go.
He tore his Achilles. Now he's
You laid him
dead.
off?
I mean, yeah, he can't run anymore.
I thought, do you not like put him on like
You could man the
paid role? Yeah,
Message
like paid
phones.
illness? No.
No,
You couldn't give him
Fuck,
a
this world is brutal.
Yeah.
I mean he'll find another job.
It's a taxi world.
He tore his Achilles and now he's
Look,
dead.
you can't make it in this business without being able to run. It's just not a thing.
Could he hop?
I was gonna ask.
I mean, he could.
Push the haste. Hop, 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 hop.
So I hear he's he might be having a job as a stagehand, doing the sound and lighting for a nearby it's a newfound thing. I think they're calling it stand-up comedy.
Guys,
I don't
right,
quite
we
get
need
it.
to go talk to this guy as well. Henry's brought it up too many times for it not to be relevant.
Hold on, as well.
I will say it's not. I just like bringing it up.
We can resurrect a
What if we-
full guy from having nearly been exploded from the back. Well, it didn't go very well, but still the principle was there. But we can't...
Sorry, what happened?
I'm so true. We can't heal
Well, we
it.
can't heal this guy's Achilles.
I mean, it'll be healed in a few days. I mean, if he could afford to pay for the ritual, he could heal it today. But
But you
I
don't
don't know
pay
if
him
he's
enough.
gonna. Yeah, we don't pay him enough.
Do you have contact with him? Can you...
No.
9, let's just go, man.
I want to give him money for the spell. I feel so bad. He didn't
He'll
do
be
very
fine.
well, but I talked to him.
He
probably had a
tore his
family.
Achilles so hard his leg fell off. It was a big thing.
I mean, he didn't win the races, but he did come last in one of them. But you tried. That's what matters.
Wait, you had him doing races? Oh,
No.
he does get too competitive.
shit, that's how it happened.
Oh fuck, you did this to him.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No, I wasn't on him yesterday. It was like one of the days before.
On him.
When was he did his Achilles?
Yesterday.
We did have different taxis. This was our first.
You did have
one.
different taxis. Yeah.
Cool, right, should we start fucking
Yeah, let's go.
You get
the library.
a torn Achilles flies out towards the screen and back.
The fuck does that look
like?
like? A party popper.
The whole
Party
screen becomes
popper.
an Achilles and it tears and then
Yeah,
from behind.
yes, it like comes up from the bottom. The whole screen fills up with like an tendon that then tears apart to
Blood
reveal
confetti.
the rest. To reveal you as you arrive at the Universitas.
That is grim.
It is.
Welcome to the middle bit. It's just me, James, again this week. But I've got a couple of things different to talk about. We've just had a new trailer for the Clone Wars TV show, which Connor and I are massive, massive fans of. Looks like it's going to be crossing over with episode 3 a lot, and it's going to have loads of the things that we've had promised in the past from the old scripts and such, with the Ahsoka troopers and all that sort of jazz. It looks like it's going to be a really, really, really good show, and I've heard rumours that it's going to be a little bit darker than it has been in the past, sort of aim more at adults, which would be really cool, but no, I'm really looking forward to that coming out. That's coming out, I think, later in February. Of course, Disney Plus doesn't come out until the end of March, I think. And I think because of the stuff that we've got going on around it, we're not actually going to have much time to watch it. So maybe we'll actually just end up having to wait until Disney Plus is out in the UK and watch it, get that subscription and watch it through that, which would be really, really cool. And then just rewatch all of the Mandalorian as well. But yeah, no, really looking forward to that coming out, because it's a show that I didn't watch. I watched when I was a kid and just didn't get it, and then rewatched it later on and just thought, wow, this is properly good. And then Connor watched it a few years ago and absolutely loved it as well. It's just one of those shows that's sort of a proper Star Wars fan's dream. It's great. So I'm hoping, I watched a lot of Rebels as well, and didn't think that was quite as good. I think partly the animation style of it was not quite what I liked, but it definitely had some epic stuff in it. But it didn't quite capture the magic for me that Clone Wars got. So I think hopefully once they, now that Disney's bringing back Clone Wars for this, I think, final season, hopefully they'll keep the team that do it and that make it and get them into working on something else as well, the same style, same animation and same sort of writing crew, because it's a really, really great show. So hopefully they'll be able to use that sort of stuff in the future. In other news, I recently received a letter or an email from Anthony Nolan alerting me to the fact that I have been identified as a popular tissue type in the UK. So they're sending me a blood test at some point soon, and then after that I will have a higher chance of being a match for somebody, which is great news. So once that happens, I'm going to head off to my GP, have some blood taken, send it off to Anthony Nolan, and they'll be able to get more information, I guess, on my tissues and me bloods, and then they'll hopefully match me up with somebody, and I'll be able to donate some stem cells or some bone marrow. So that's just actually really great. It really made my week when I got that. I had to phone them up and have a conversation with them about it, and it was just great. It was really, really nice. They're just great people to talk to on the phone, actually. They're really, really, the people who they have working for them are really quite, they just sound so appreciative of all of it. It makes you feel quite special. It's nice. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to doing that. Apparently the normal rate of donation is or chance of having to donate once you're on the register is around 1 in 100. After this, for me, I think it's about 1 in 20, I think they said. So yeah, I'm really hoping that this all works out, and actually I'll be able to donate to somebody, because I'm definitely one of those people that went into this really, really wanting to be able to donate. So I really hope that works out. And that's a good segue into talking about Glasgow Marrow and Anthony Nolan. Glasgow Marrow is one of the charities that we support, which is the Glasgow University branch of Anthony Nolan, the stem cell registry for the UK. They are basically working on Glasgow Marrow's main focus, at least, is to work on getting people onto the register. So they have recruitment drives and all this sort of stuff to try and get people to sign up onto the register, and it's super easy and really not scary. And they have all the information to explain what the process involves and what it could mean down the line. And then the rest of it is that Anthony Nolan itself is basically this massive database and charity working on trying to get people onto the register and earn money to be able to put people onto the register, because it's not cheap to put people onto the register. So all of their fundraising goes into ensuring that they have the money and the funds to get everybody that they get to sign up gets to be put onto the register for free. So that's really just
like a brilliant cause, and it's the whole point of all of this is to save the lives of people with blood cancer, children, adults, anyone that has a cancer of the blood. They can receive a stem cell transplant to hopefully save their lives. And anyone that signs up to the register is just an absolutely brilliant person, and hopefully maybe one or two people have listened to this over the many times that we've talked about Marrow, and hopefully have also signed up. And if you just don't feel like it's something you can sign up to yourself, look into it anyway and tell your friends and family about it, because it's just such a brilliant thing to do. So I think I'm done gushing now. But yeah, no, I'm really looking forward to it. So hopefully I'll be able to donate at some point in the coming years, and then I'll be able to tell you what it's like to have to donate, because I have no personal experience of that myself. I have met some people who have done it, and they said it was absolutely fine, nothing to worry about. So yeah, no, hopefully I'm really looking forward to being able to see where this goes from now on. So yeah, brilliant. Other charities we support, I'm just going to name them quickly, is Tiny Changes, which is a Scotland-based charity working on helping people with mental health. We also support Social Bite, which is a charity focused on ending homelessness in Scotland. They are really expanding, I think, now. I mean, the last Sleep in the Park effort that they did ended up worldwide, all over the world, with different cities like even New York and big celebrities like Will Smith being involved. So yeah, go look them up, because they're brilliant. They do stuff in Glasgow and Edinburgh. I know that they have their shops there where you can buy things and move forward. Pay forward for homeless people's food, and we also have Team Trees, which I believe that they've met their goal, and they've got the money to plant over 20 million trees, which is just fantastic. And with everything that's going on in Australia at the moment with the fires and such, it's something that we need to not stop doing. It's great. So hopefully you've checked them out and donate some money to plant a tree. So every dollar is a tree. But yeah, no, brilliant. Hopefully you're enjoying this episode. I remember what happened last episode, but I can't remember what happened in this episode, which is just brilliant. But Connor edited this one, so I imagine that's probably why I have no idea what happened in it. But hopefully you're enjoying it, and enjoy the rest of the episode. I will leave you to it. Bye-bye, and Henry loves you.
Once again, you see the university in front of you. Giant Gothic kind of building. You kind of know your way around at this point. Yeah. Potion Solo's like,
Where are we going first?
Going to Professor Snake's.
Professor Snake's.
It was me and... I went with someone last time. Who was it?
I spoke with Professor Snake.
You went with Craig to see the transmutation professor.
Oh, did I not? I thought I went to see Professor Snake.
No, that was just 9.
Oh, okay.
Let's go.
Cool. You go once again. Big, scary looking building.
Awesome looking building.
Big, awesome looking building.
This is my house in the future. Anyway.
With like basically what you'd imagine a necromancy building to be. Even though it's like mid morning, still pitch black inside. Still fucking deserted, and there's still one door open with light coming in it down the corridor. And you walk into it, and sitting at a desk with a moving cow's head that isn't attached to the rest of the cow.
There's a whole cow.
There is a cow, and the head is separate from the cow.
And the whole thing's moving.
All of it's moving. The cow's just kind of like swaying, moving, and then the head's separate on the desk.
Well,
this place has gone weird since
Jesus
I got here.
Christ.
Snake, you've changed since last night.
That is a monstrosity.
Next to it, currently doing some sort of magical stuff with the cow's head, is the man that you recognise as 9 as Professor Snake.
Wouldn't drink that milk. Would you guys drink that milk?
I cannot recommend drinking the milk.
Fuck.
One of my students tried.
Holy cow.
That was a good joke. My Dragonborn friend.
Yes, I'm a Dragonborn.
Oh, never met a Dragonborn.
And then why are you my friend?
Dragonborn acquaintance.
That's better.
These are my companions.
Right.
This is Ibothane, Thalme, Potion Seller, and Craig.
Does Potion Seller have a real name?
No. I can't remember it.
Lost to
Too
time.
many potions.
Right. That's unusual.
We've come back again.
I know.
You don't need to talk like him.
I can.
We're not going to get
see
through
that.
this fucking campaign if we all speak.
Are you?
Oh my
taking
god, he
the
talks
piss?
like blue-lipped fuck from the
The
D&D movie. That can't. He looks like that too
Does he
now.
walk that slowly?
Yes.
Yeah, so we have a couple of questions. Come back with some more things that you need to ask you if you're willing to answer anything.
Sure.
You ever seen the corpse jizz a ghost?
What the actual fuck? He looks at you.
Oh, about 3.
He looks at you, completely deadpan. It's just like, no, I've not. Have you?
Yes.
When was this?
Fuck, I can't take you seriously when you talk like this.
Hypothetically,
About 3 episodes ago. Sorry.
if we were trying to resurrect someone, no, we weren't trying. We were.
Look, we can skip the pretense.
Last time did you do the whole hypothetical thing with him? Was it?
Yes.
This was him, wasn't it? Yeah, hypothetically.
If something was to try and get resurrected, and in the process of the resurrection, 3 ghost apparition things suddenly came out and tried to fight people who were in the room with the intention of killing them, and they had these black viney things that could trap people and damage them, and they were quite powerful and strong. What do you think that could be?
That's an interesting hypothetical you have there. Honestly, in a similar way to last time you were here, I don't really know.
We apologise for the length of this episode.
Once again, the scope of research
Is limited to these animals.
is limited to
Headless
quite
cows.
heavily by the ethics board.
Is there any literature out there, any books that speak on resurrections that have anything like this? We spoke to the cleric who knew fuck all about what was happening and was completely useless the whole time. And so we thought if the clerics don't know what's going on, then maybe the guys here would.
The most I can think of is that spirits of animals that we bind back to their dead bodies, such as this one here, if left for a number of years alone, become agitated and violent. One would assume that if you were to do the same with a human spirit, or if a spirit was left alone to wander for a period of time, that it would become violent, which is how it's well known that you get things like hauntings and such, which you don't get often nowadays, but those left without funerary rites, their spirits might become like that. However,
there were 3 of them.
And they
3 of them
looked
specifically.
Hypothetically.
and they looked identical. They didn't look like any sort of creature or any.
And we weren't the same
Thing.
species. Hypothetically.
Then, obviously, can you all give a persuasion check?
Oh, if I can.
17.
21.
10?
He'll look at 9 and just be like, right. You're essentially trusting me with information I shouldn't know.
whatever you say to us and what
Hypothetical.
hypothetically, whatever you say to us and whatever we say to you is at this point in time completely off the books and is not going to be noted on any record whatsoever.
Well, hypothetically,
He's catching on.
the
Learn quickly.
a spirit which had not moved on over a very long time may change and twist. Spirits, you say they were identical.
They weren't they?
Yeah, they were all identical.
Spirits left together over a very long time may twist and change in the same ways. Some potentially, but confiscated now books that a student may have read in his younger years.
Hypothetically.
From the restricted section.
May have spoken about the.
He's got a good memory.
Does he mean himself?
Hypothetically,
As a student, yes,
yeah.
I understand. Hypothetically.
May have spoken about spirits left to wander the plains outside of the central plains.
I really hope you understand
that could happen
I've got
too.
no fucking idea.
Write it down.
But I'm afraid that I can't talk any more than hypothetical.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Of course.
I think we've kind of exited any sort of normality or any sort of logical reason that any of this would be occurring. I don't think this has ever happened before. Or may have
It
happened
doesn't
before.
sound like anything that's happened in my not inconsiderable lifetime.
Can I do
What's he talking about?
Can I do an insight check on this guy just to try and see
sure.
where his head is?
Yeah, go for it.
Can I do an Arcana check as well? Just to see if any of this makes any fucking sense.
That was
Shit.
for the listeners. That was a 3 from me.
19?
Yeah, so essentially what he seems to be kind of getting at is that while you would all be aware that it's probably mentioned that travel between
The planes is
between the outer planes is forbidden and almost like seemingly impossible. Like spells that you'd normally use to like plane shift or something like that aren't able to take you to them.
No.
But he has read an ancient book or two, or a student in his younger years has read an ancient book or two of which described creatures not dissimilar to the ones that you encountered potentially from said outer planes.
Right, okay.
And
So,
these people could have been humans or orcs or elves like any one of us.
As I say, I cannot tell by the description or even by seeing them. It's something that sort of information is not. I would not be privy to.
But could it happen?
He goes, yes, Ibothane.
can you call me Mr. Ibothane?
Hmm?
Can you call me Mr. Ibothane?
Yes, Miss Ibothane.
I like that. I'm just wondering, like, so could it be that they have taken, hypothetically, an opportunity in this resurrection to come forward, or that somebody bound them to the body ready to come forward when this resurrection were to take place, hypothetically?
I mean, I was not there.
Neither was I, so hypothetical.
Hypothetically, it does not sound as though, from our previous conversation, 9, it does not sound as though they were bound before.
Okay.
They would you would probably have noticed if you had done a proper look at the body.
With my soul sight.
He looks at you at this point. He's like, what?
I can see souls.
Right. Oh, in that case, true.
Oh shit, what's going on with
In
this
that
cow?
case, you can just see a couple cow souls, just in the room.
I take it not the first attempt.
Yes.
At the decapitation.
It's taking a while. We've had complaints from our first
Did
few.
you just get decapitation?
No, I said not their first time getting mummified.
We've had a few. We had a
That's
few
good.
complaints from our first tests of the resurrected cows biting the living ones.
Oh, they got beef with you.
They do. They seem to have beef with their living counterparts. So we're trying to develop a way that you can use the resurrected cows for ploughing and such
Oh, so
without
there is
any
a
risk of them.
I was wondering what your stake in this was. I'm
good.
gonna tell my friend. He's a knight, sirloin.
That was the drop in standard there.
No, that was not bad.
Thank you very
You're
much.
going to be mincemeat after this.
Thank you very much, Professor Snake.
It's been a pleasure.
I'm sorry, my friend has stopped fucking around now and wants to ask a question. Do you?
Got a pain in my calf.
So,
Another counter.
is there anybody else who you think might know this information that you know?
Honestly, no. It's. I mean, I'm the premier expert in necromancy in. I won't quite say the world, but it is a. Well, I'd say it's a dying field, but that's a bit too much of a pun.
I respect that.
Thank you.
So, have you noticed anything, fucked up going on to the university? I mean, I kind of look at the cat, like, apart from that.
I heard that one of the professors is sleeping with one of their students.
Oh, can we talk more about this?
Tell me who?
Professor.
Not Sarah.
No,
Oh,
not
good.
Sarah. Did you hear that Sarah got married?
I did it.
Oh.
Well, she did it. I made
Right.
it happen.
Very well. I'm very happy for her.
But anything sort of more legal? I mean, I don't know what the legality of your fucking students is, but
I mean,
like,
it's fine.
that's horrible.
It's more
But-
just the age difference between them.
Oh, what's the age difference?
I mean, one of them. Have you perhaps met our Professor Transfiguration?
Oh,
Oh,
Professor
shit.
McGonagall.
Yeah, yes. No one knows her real name. It's something like that.
What was it?
I don't fucking remember.
I didn't write
James
it down.
wrote it down.
McGonagall. No,
McGonagall.
McGonadal.
McGonadal.
Was it?
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Because I wrote
Oh,
gonad.
but I don't think I said that.
You said
She's
gonadal.
sleeping with one of the undergrads.
Oh, fair enough.
Heard that she. Oh, I'm not gonna say that. That's fucked.
What?
Got a claw
Heard
into
that she.
him.
Transfigured herself into his
Yeah, I
penis.
don't wanna say it. It's
No,
awful.
say it.
I heard that she used her transfiguration powers to change herself to a different form, seduced him, and then revealed herself. But
That's fucking illegal.
That's
yeah, that's why I didn't want to say it because I thought, oh, you could do that with that. I'm like, no,
phoned
that's
Gregor.
fucked.
moving on from university gossip.
Right.
Just as protocol, can you tell us what you were doing the night of the party up at the what was that thing called? Ceremony, celebration thing.
The
Emperor
banquet.
Day.
The banquet, and then the morning after as well.
The night of the banquet, I was having dinner with my wife.
Anyone else find that unexpected, or is that just me?
How was the atmosphere?
It was dead.
Fucking yes. I'm happy.
That's a
We can
good
go.
necromancy joke right there.
Yeah, it's nice.
And it was actually a great atmosphere.
And in the morning,
We ate beef.
from the failed experiment.
No. Well, from this cow, yes. You notice there's just like a steak-shaped cow from the edge, from the side.
Shit. That's right.
Can I roll insight on him again?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, never mind.
You need to, yeah, you're really trying to use your insight that you
You really are.
That's a 9.
Well, we're going to go speak to Professor Mumblemore.
All right,
now?
yes,
Well,
Mumblemore.
what's your take on him? He seems like a nice guy.
I mean, he taught me when I was an undergrad, maybe 50 years ago.
He didn't teach you anything evil, hypothetically.
I mean, depending on your opinions of necromancy, no.
And I'm a Dragonborn, and
You are.
don't-
I've
yeah.
noticed.
oh, that's good. Like, a lot of people around here don't really like me. Is he going to have a problem with me?
I don't think so. I've never heard anything like that from him.
Oh, shit.
He keeps it close to his chest.
He was only a boy when the war happened.
June has any word about his parents or any family? we can-
Famously killed in the war!
Not sure. Once again, I don't know the man particularly well. He seems nice enough. I see him in the staff from time to time, but he seems to keep to himself mostly.
I find that as a really odd
Okay,
interaction.
keeps to himself mostly.
All right, well,
Doesn't even come to the monthly Professor potluck.
Bastard!
He's a fucking weirdo.
it's probably because you're serving. I was going to say dead cow steak, but that's all steak.
Resurrected
Zombie
cows?
cow.
Zombie cow steak, yeah.
I think you'll find I'm a fantastic chef.
So was Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, that is correct. You mean Hannibal Lecter?
Hannibal Flecter.
Hannibal Lecter. Fantasy Hannibal Lecter.
Okay, well, we're gonna go see this guy then, aren't we?
Yeah, let's go see this guy.
Right, so I will see you again later. And he goes back to fiddling around with the cowhead. Just like slowly, like
Fiddling around with the cow head, like in a David Cameron-y kind of way.
I was a pig.
I know, but it was a
no,
head.
just in a like he's waving his hands over it, chanting some spells.
I wonder if we'd bribed him whether he would have given us anything else.
Like the cow head. That's a good point. Let's try. Natural 20.
Fuck!
For what?
The cow head.
No!
Doing what to it?
Can I have it?
No.
Can I have just a living cow?
Rolled!
I rolled a natural 20.
I know, but you haven't said what you were rolling for.
Does it
You just said I got a natural 20. What for? The cow head.
Do you not know the specific cow head roll?
I
that
forget.
exists?
It's on the back of the character sheet. It just says cow head plus.
Oh shit! I've got -1 to that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
rolled it for persuasion to see if he would give me the cow head. Because he said, should we roll for persuasion if he would give us anything more? And I went like, the cow head I rolled.
It's not happening. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You could have done it to ask me the question, like, were you really with your wife and out of the banquet or something?
Good point. Can I pet the cow? Sorry.
Sure. I don't have a problem with that. It's kind of soft. It's one of those kind of fluffy cows.
That's nice. Like a Highland cow.
He looks up at you and goes, as if to move, but it's not attached to any lungs.
Oh, that's horrifying. That's so sad. What is its name? Pushing up Daisy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was called Daisy, but now it is pushing up Daisy.
You know, you got a lot of humor for a man that talks real slow.
You know, we have to.
You should go into this new thing.
What is it?
It's called stand-up comedy.
Right. What do I do?
You stand up
I do that a lot.
and you do comedy.
I do that a lot.
You should do it. There's a man.
Called.
His name is Eldrad Dumont. He
Eldrad
owns a place
Right.
called. We were there the other night. The Lost at Sea or something. Something.
I don't think he owns that.
Yeah, yeah.
The Sunken Dragon.
He owns something. A place called the Sunken Dragon.
Right.
Does he still have the family?
No, he bought it off the family after they couldn't keep it because he was lost. They were all lost at sea, and it was a nasty reminder.
Right. I will
Look him up.
give that a look.
It's a good
I've
show.
been to the Sunken Dragon. So
Apparently, a guy who just recently tore his Achilles tendon is doing sound or lighting or something for them.
What was his name?
Alexander?
Oh, not Alexander.
Alexander, yeah, from Tabaxi Taxi.
Yeah, from Tobacco.
Small
He was my
world.
go-to.
You
Had him
know-
on. Had him on. I had him on Sending Stone.
Oh, shit.
I heard
Is
he
that like,
retired.
it's like speed dial.
Yeah, like Spiel yeah.
Well, shall we, guys?
Yeah, thank you very much for your time again.
You're very welcome.
We should probably be back tomorrow morning with more questions.
More than
That
likely.
is fine. I don't get a lot of visitors.
Oh god, that's
Okay,
really
that
sad.
just went really weird.
Okay, we're gonna go see Mumblemore, and they go, "Duh," and there's a cow head come out.
Yeah, that cowhead. Nice. Yeah, that cowhead
That
comes up at the
exact
screen
cow head.
in a silent moo.
Can there be a speech bubble like?
Yeah.
Fair enough. Right, so as we're walking along, I'm like, guys, what's our plan for going in? What do we want to ask him? How do we want to
Accuse
approach
him.
this?
Choose him?
A flat out.
No.
No?
No.
We're not gonna do that.
I think it might be say we're on official order business. We need to ask him a couple of questions. I say, look, part of protocol here, mate. I'm new. I can't fudge any of the rules. I do have to do a zone of truth, and these guys have to verify that I do it to make sure we're actually on the same page
From
here.
outside of the zone of truth.
I'm outside the zone of truth. I'd be like, and we just ask, look, mate, some stuff's been happening. We need a quick investigation. Tell us about the stones. What do you do? Do you like to kill Dragonborn? Have you ever killed a Dragonborn in your life? And what's your opinions on Dragonborns?
I'll tell you what, it feels like I'm not gonna be involved in this conversation a lot because I feel like I'm gonna fuck it up.
And we also watched his reaction to Ibothane as well.
Yes. Oh, shall I walk in first? Wait, I've already met him.
Have you?
Yes. Was he racist towards me, Henry?
Nope.
Wait,
God!
Henry! Can you hear us? Are you paying attention? I need advice.
No.
Apparently not.
So if I'm good cop, I can use charm person.
Ooh, shit, that's a good one.
You can be bad cop, and you can use intimidation.
There's zone of truth in him.
Yes, you can be zone of truth cop, and I'll be corner cop. And you two,
Yes.
Yes.
you two be corner cop with me.
Okay.
Has anyone got a really big
Can
trench coat?
or do I try?
You do.
Yeah. Should I try and should I see if I can try and sneak into the thing while you're talking to him?
The which bit?
The bit where the
Oh, his vault bit, wherever he stores his stuff.
I've got like
It was like
Insane stealth.
but it was like a spell barrier thing.
Oh.
Can I go and have a
shit.
look at it even maybe while there?
Fuck, that's a
We
good point.
could-
9, that stone I gave you earlier, just don't let him see it, because I kinda like worked my way around the lie to get it.
What?
I lied to him and he gave it to me, so like, just don't let him see it.
Oh,
Because to be obvious, it's not with the guys at the CSI lab that I made up.
Yeah.
I don't even know what CSI stands for, I made it up.
I can just keep it on. Let's just say, look, I always have this on me. It was a gift I got. We'll figure it out.
I mean, it's in your pocket, just, don't wave it about.
So, yeah, I'll talk to him and I'll say, look, my colleague here has to also go and inspect the vault.
No, don't. I'll just sneak off.
So just sneak in.
Or you could
And then I'll come back and be like, I can't get in. And then you tell me that.
I'll go in, I'll be like, I bought my boss, she wanted to check some stuff over, apparently I'm not very by the book. I lost the magic stones you gave me, really sorry about that, we're gonna need 2 more. Let's try this, I like this, let's go in.
No.
Right, cool.
Let's
so
walk
you,
in.
you guys go in first, and then I'll sneak in and I'll see if I can find the vault.
Hi, Professor Mumblemore.
Hello again.
Oh, the Ibothane, no name. You
I
me?
remember.
I'm kind of with the gauntlet.
I know.
This is my boss,
Lovely to meet you.
This
What
is
is your name?
9.
Very well.
She's Lord Commander
I know for a fact that she's not.
of the Day Watch, it's a new thing.
I once again know for a fact that it isn't.
It's really new.
As in 5 seconds ago.
From Tholme still
Right.
standing outside the door, but you hear in your head, this guy's a prick.
But anyway, no, she's my boss. She's with the gauntlet. Just
Right,
a
I can
bit
see.
riffing there with the humour.
Hilarious.
We were well, fair enough.
Bit of banter? No? Oh.
You should do this newfangled thing I hear one of my friends is doing. It's called stand-up comedy.
Do you know I told Professor Snape upstairs about this earlier?
Oh, that man.
That man, he could make the cow laugh its head off.
You can make the cows go to town.
Oh, you could joke until the cows come home.
That's the thing. That's the fucking thing. Oh,
But
Well, I'm not like
Fuck.
one of my favorite recurring bits on this podcast. It's not an intentional bit. Is Robin getting sayings wrong and Connor over but it being I know what saying she's going for, but I'm like, no, cows go to town. Kind of makes sense. Like I get it.
Tell the cows go to town.
it's almost, I'm going to go to town on this cow.
It's like I know that she's going till the cows come home, but I know that she's forgotten it. But at the end of the day, it's okay.
it's more like I start saying it and I just forget what it is. And I'm like,
But
this sounds about
it
right.
is a recurring bit of just you getting the wrong phrase.
It's like I haven't been outside like ever before.
We don't let her out the studio.
Literally, guys, they've kept me in here. Please get me out of here. This is a plea for help.
But anyway, she's my boss.
Right, yes.
Apparently, I don't do things
Very
by
well.
the book enough, so she just wanted to come ask a couple more questions.
That's
and do some...
perfectly fine.
Right, okay. Professor 9. Lord Commander of the Day Watch 9, whatever.
9.
Now, our potion seller and Craig in with us.
Oh yeah, this is Potion. You remember Potion Seller?
Hello.
And this is...
Yes, how is that cake you told?
It's in the oven.
Right, very well.
It's going to be done soon.
Right, okay.
Real soon, Dumbledore. Mumbledore.
Mumblemore.
Yes, sorry. Mispronunciation.
No, I'm telling you to mumble more. It's a joke on my name.
Oh, you should do this, no? No, and this is my familiar, Craig.
Right, that's rather unusual.
He's an unusual chap. He turned into a dragon once.
Ah.
Anyway, 9.
Professor Mumblemore.
Yes.
As my colleagues already said, my name's 9. I'm one of the trainees at the Gauntlet. I just have a couple of follow-up questions from what he was discussing with you the other day.
No problem.
Hopefully it shouldn't take up too much of your time, but unfortunately, all the stuff I have to do has to
I'm
be...
really sorry. You don't mind if I eat, do you?
Ibothane brings a Mawam out of his pocket.
Honestly, you shouldn't eat in the lab, but it's fine. We're not in working hours currently.
Can't control him.
Thank you.
So I have a couple of questions, but unfortunately, what I have to do has to be by the book. If you've ever spoken to any of the guys,
I fully understand.
In
It's quite alright.
is that okay? If you've ever spoken to any of the guys in the castle, they'll have to do some truth on you. Is that
Course.
okay if I do that as well?
Of course.
Cool.
It's going to be magically resistant, isn't it?
I'll just hit the.
I cast Zone of Truth.
So yeah, zone of truth.
Yeah.
Beaches.
What's the save DC?
14.
He passes.
Fuck a duck.
Fuck this duck.
Ugh,
Ducklemore.
I'm on to you.
It's like,
Um,
it's just you hear a message in your head again. Fuck you, James. That was so bad. Don't try and
was
throw
horrific.
Mawams in your mouth and this.
That whack you in the tooth. Damn, dude.
No,
You hear a thing. Oh, what was I even gonna do? Yeah, you hear a voice in your head. Your message being like, "You should just, you agreed to go into the zone of truth. Just tell him to do it. He agreed to do it.
Yeah, but you have to still roll like a.
I know, but you could just choose to fail. He sounded like he wanted to choose to fail. And then if you know that if he passed, then you just be like, "Oh, come on, dude. You said that you were up for it."
Oh, because you know if he passes or fails.
Yeah.
Adopt him out.
He's going down.
Keep going. No, keep going.
James is exploring the.
No, this is real life. Keep going. Keep going.
I've been exploring under the tables for his dropped Malwam.
I drop him out inside the zone of truth. Walk in. It wasn't my fault, but that fucking child. But I wants my nightmares like penguins.
Penguins.
Blah,
Well done. So obviously, I can tell that you passed that, and
Yes,
that
I did.
I'll have to be honest with you. Anything you say, me having passed that, I won't believe because I can't tell them that you're
that's
telling the
fine.
truth. So I'd appreciate it if you could,
Very well.
Just fail it. Just to try again, just fail it.
I mean, I will
I'm not there.
admit it's difficult for me to physically.
Fine. Like,
It's there are magical barriers. Okay, I will do my best. Are you able to cast it again?
do I have to waste another spell slot?
Yeah, you would.
Motherfucker. Yep, go for it. Zone of truth.
Cool. You see physical effort on his face, but he fails.
Yes. Fantastic. Now,
Very well.
so
Well, fuck.
Nice.
right now I need to think actually what I want to say to him.
Fuck.
What I need to ask. I kind of forgot where this whole thing was going.
Do you want me to do my bit while you have a think?
Do you know when Ibothane talks and he does this bullshit? It's so you guys can actually figure out the campaign.
So, briefly, the night of the banquet, where were you?
I was at the palace.
Palace. Okay.
At the the banquet.
Okay.
Check.
What time did you leave the palace?
I left the palace probably about 4 a.m.
Okay. And what did you do after that?
Check.
Wandered around the gardens for a short period of time. Then after that, I headed home.
And what time did you head home?
About it kind of been later than 5 o'clock.
What time do we think your man was stabbed at?
Like 7 in the morning.
Have you ever encountered Dragonborns before this point? Before the
He
banquet?
looks at Ibothane. She's like, I mean,
Before the banquet.
before the banquet. No, I spoke to one of the diplomats that are here at the banquet. A green fellow named, I believe, Raspar. He was pleasant. We spoke about, mostly about enchanting for a period of time. I heard that he bragged a lot about his prowess at creating magical items, and I spoke about my research into enchantments and such.
Was that the only one you encountered that night?
I briefly ran into the other two when I said goodbye, and obviously I saw the big golden fellow being dragged away when he was very, very drunk. But that's about it.
I saw him being murdered because I was there. By the way, true story.
Did you have any personal interactions with the gold one?
Beyond some pleasantries, like saying hello, nice to meet him. No, I walked with the green fellow to meet the other two, and when I was there, I said hello, have a good night, that sort of thing.
Okay. So my colleague came and spoke to you about the stones.
Yes.
The storing stones. Now, has any of those gone missing from your university at any point?
Yes, a few. I believe 5 or 6 were stolen a number of weeks ago.
Okay. And do you have any leads on who did that?
It's difficult to say. Many people, including myself and the research students here, have access. It would be difficult to get through the barriers themselves. So in terms of there being any sort of evidence of who stole them, there is, in terms of there being any sort of evidence of who stole them, there is none.
Right. Did you yourself take these stones?
I did not.
Do you know who did?
I do not.
When you were... So you said you left around 4 or 5 o'clock. You were outside the gardens. Did you see the guard tower at any point?
Which one? There are, I believe, 8.
What one is it? The one near the west wing.
You hear Tommy's voice in your head. One near the west wing.
There's one that's located near the west wing.
I believe I did see it at one point.
Okay. So there was a bit of a disturbance that happened at any point. Did you see that happening?
I did, in fact, see a fight between, I believe, a orcish man and a dwarven man.
Okay. Did you have anything to do with this altercation?
Nothing. I mean, no.
Did you see anybody enter the guard tower when this was happening?
I did not see anybody enter the guard tower.
Did you yourself go in?
I did not go into the guard tower.
You're very good at this. I'm not gonna lie, I may have full on 100% tipped him off to this whole thing that we were investigating it when I first came. Because I asked a lot of questions about cakes exploding from the inside, and I don't think he bought it. You might know we're on to him. If he knows. If he's the murderer, that is. He's ticking out all the boxes there.
Right,
Is he powerful enough just to lie when he fails the check?
No.
Is he powerful enough just to lie if he fails the check?
Do you have any reason that you'd wish to entice a war again?
A war between who?
War between the Empire and a long forgotten
Just say Dragonborn.
Dragonborn.
I have no resentment for any Dragonborn.
What happened to your parents?
My parents, my mother lives down the road from me, and my father died a number of years ago.
Oh, what killed him? Dragonborn?
I believe it was a magical mishap. He was somewhat of a sorcerer. Much like yourself, I can tell. And he...
Is he saying much like myself because I'm likely to kill myself in a magical mishap?
and he suffered a magical mishap that left him less himself than he would like to be, and he ended his life.
Oh, fuck, that got dark.
Well, his life ended shortly afterwards as a result of the magical mishap. He didn't kill himself or anything.
He rolled
like
3
that.
death saves.
That's the
I
way
believe
it
he gave
works.
himself some sort of magical disease. I was only an undergrad at the time.
He got chlamydia. Can I kill you?
Fucking guy. I'm gonna ask him if you can have a look in the place.
Whilst you're doing
No,
it.
yeah, but I've not gone yet.
So
I might need to tell you in a bit to distract them for longer.
these. We can just keep going.
I mean, it seemed like a good opportunity.
Well,
now with-
okay, so while these guys have been talking, I'm gonna walk, try and make my way over towards that area, sort of investigate.
Did Ibothane tell you the direction in which he went when he went to go and get them?
Absolutely.
100%.
We'll say he did.
Pillow talk every morning.
Cool. He went. There's a door at the back of the room.
Yeah.
Henry, you just got to assume that Tholme and Ibothane's pillow talk is about where I went and what my rooms I went
Yes.
into and how I walked into those rooms. Very
Understandably.
specifically.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm gonna roll stealth, I imagine.
Yes.
Lucky. Am I gonna burn all of them on one roll? No, I've only used one. Fuck it, I'll burn another one. It's not great. 18.
Okay. Yeah. You do not seem to be. You enter in the room through an open window. And you use your spider climb to crawl up and across the roof. And as you do so, you see him just staring directly at 9. Like, doesn't break eye contact at all.
Okay.
What about the eyes in the back of his head?
Doesn't have any there.
Cool, just checking.
Fair enough. And yeah, so while I'm going over, can I sort of investigate on my journey to see if there's anything
Okay.
that I...
You go through the door. It was open a crack. And you come into a corridor.
Yep.
There's a door on the left. The corridor is maybe 20 feet long or so. There's a door on the left, 10 foot in. You reckon that would go into another room just to the side. Like by the building layout from outside, you reckon there's a room just there. And then there's a spiral staircase going both up and down at the end of the corridor.
Cool. Is there a keyhole in the door?
There is, yes.
Can I have a look through it?
Sure. Opens up into what appears to be a small library.
Okay. Is there anyone on the other side of the door? Can I tell?
Nope, doesn't look like it from what you can see. Give me a perception check.
Fuck me. 9.
Yeah, doesn't look like it from what you can see.
Can I check for traps? What would be a check for traps? roll?
Be investigation.
27.
Doesn't look to be trapped. Doesn't look to be locked.
Okay, cool. Can I open the door?
Yep, sure. Opens into what appears to be a personal study. There's a large number of books on the back wall. Next to a window, there's a very, very Spartan writing desk, that has a single quill sitting on it. No paper at all. If you open either of the drawers, nothing in there. You can close it back up. It's essentially just a very, very sparse Spartan room.
Yeah, cool.
You're like fairly sure. You even like go to the point of like pulling out some individual books.
Yeah.
To see if there's like hidden mechanism. There doesn't seem to be
Yeah.
anything like that. All the books are on. Some are there's an entire shelf of maybe 40 volumes or so that are entirely his publications.
Okay.
And then the rest is all like treatises on enchanting.
Yeah.
Like there's probably one on necromancy for dummies.
Yeah.
Which is the only necromancy textbook there is.
She's trying to
But yeah, there's various different books.
Cool. We're being on a time limit because these I've only got while these guys are talking. He's gonna come back out and head along the corridor again.
Okay, cool. Heads along the corridor, up or down.
Can I have a quick maybe run up
Yep.
Like 10 steps and down, 10 steps. What can I
Okay,
see?
run up one story. It only goes up one story.
Okay.
Opens up into another corridor that seems to go the length of the building, with doors every 10 feet left and right.
Okay, cool. And down the way.
Down the way opens up into what appears to be some sort of cellar. On the far end of which is an archway with magical symbols. The cellar itself has various different magical equipments on it. It probably has like a various different like potion making equipment. There's a table that clearly appears to be some sort of enchanting table that has like imagine the enchanting table out of Skyrim, but not quite. That probably has like a has like a wand of some sort sitting on it and a small pile of gold dust sitting on the other side, prepared for enchantment. There's nothing particularly magical on, like nothing being enchanted at the moment. And there's various different like other things, like teaching aids, that sort of thing. What would normally be in like a magical, in like a school storeroom or a university storeroom, but magical. But then on the far end of the room is an archway inscribed with various magical symbols directly into the stone, and the archway itself has a purple barrier across it, which is mostly opaque. You can see there is a room on the other side, but you can't really make out anything in the room on the other side.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay in this room. If I did another investigation, would I gain anything more from this room, or if I kind of...
Yeah, you can roll one.
Yeah, investigation check for the room and for the door.
Yeah.
That's going to be 21.
Okay. So you check the room for traps in general. You don't really find any. You go over to the potion making table. Nothing's burning or brewing at the moment.
Yeah.
In terms of the magical aids, you're able to tell that this is for like teaching basic enchantment. There's probably like a number of small textbooks which say, you can literally give you the exact steps out of doing a very basic enchantment for nothing particularly useful.
Yeah.
The back wall, you can touch it and you can tell that it's fortified strongly. To the point of it would probably fortified with adamantium of some sort. Spared no expense.
You've got an X-Men and a Jurassic Park reference in there.
Yeah. I did, yeah. Adamantium is a thing. Adamantine stuff is a thing in D&D, though.
Spared no expense.
Yeah. The archway itself, you do not seem to recognize the symbols. They're very, very arcane symbols. Like very powerful arcane symbols. And the barrier itself, you move to touch it, but you can kind of tell, as you get close to it, you feel like a static buzz coming off of it, and you can tell that it might not be a good idea to touch it at this point. Okay. You're not sure what would happen. Could be that nothing would happen. Mm-hmm. Could be that you die. You're not sure.
Cool, and I can't see through it.
You can see that there is a room on the other side, and you can see some, like, the shapes of something in the middle of the floor. Not particularly big, but then you can see that there are probably what could be shelves. Like, you can't really make it out, but using your intuition, and you rolled quite high, you can probably tell that there's some sort of shelves on the other room, and there's stuff on the shelves, and there's a dark circle in the middle of the floor.
Cool. Can I use insight, or it's probably Arcana? Mm-hmm. With Blink, would you be able? Would I know whether you can get onto the other side of this?
You do not know. That's not within your. You're not able to cast the spell. You have seen Ibothane cast it, but you've not experienced it yourself.
Cool. You're shaking your head, Ibothane.
No, I'm pretty sure that you can't, because I think you like the physical stuff moves, but I don't think magical forces do.
Cool. You couldn't
because
do
I
it
can
in the
still
castle.
see all of your.
You couldn't do it in the palace. What was that reason?
Oh, I couldn't teleport.
You couldn't physically teleport.
I couldn't use Dimension Door.
Fuck! I forgot you had that. That would have been even better.
Yeah. I don't know if I can Dimension Door on it, but the thing is, if it's anywhere near like if he's anywhere near like the magic that's used on the palace, then probably 100% not, and I'd waste one of my most powerful spell slots.
Do I think that a pair of narrow-bladed scissors would help me in?
No.
Do you have a pair of narrow-bladed scissors?
I do.
Does it
Why?
specifically say
In
narrow-bladed?
my thieves' tools, I have a small file,
yeah.
lockpick, small mirror mounted on a metal handle, and a pair of narrow-bladed scissors.
What about that
A
mirror?
pair
Can
of
you get it under the
flags.
door?
It's not a door. It's
It's a opaque
opaque
force field.
force field. Think ray shield, but purple.
Is it resistant to small rods with mirrors on it?
One way to find out.
Does it specifically say it?
No.
How much time have I got? Have I got enough time to run up and have a look upstairs?
It depends on what the other people are doing.
Meanwhile,
Speaking
upstairs,
of which, we're going to go back to
and
you
then
guys.
you take the eggs.
She's standing over in the corner with Craig and you.
Just munching on melon.
Continuations of questions.
Bollocks. I thought of a question, but then I completely forgot what questions I was going to ask because I just started daydreaming off.
Yeah. I see that Tholme's also he's heads in at the moment, so if anyone walks down, well, he's behind him and stuff. Cool. Thank
Roll stealth quickly.
27.
Okay, cool. Remember that, just in case. Note it down.
27 is.
So, who has access to the vault?
Myself, 3 of my researchers, the dean would have access.
What's his name?
Dean.
And anybody that was of significant enough magical power to decipher decipher and disable the protections that I've put on it.
What sort of power level are we talking?
Over 9,000.
Fuck me.
I mean,
Walked into it.
no one, perhaps 1 or 2 of our postgraduate students, the professors would need maybe, well, I made them in the first place with the dean's help. I could perhaps 1 or 2 of the evocation professors, however, they would leave marks of most likely burning and scorch marks all across the room, because they would just brute force it.
And I assume it's impossible to teleport in.
Honestly, I've never tried.
So, like, you never tried Dimension Door or maybe Blink or something to go in?
No, I mean, when I walk in, it recognizes me.
But not in testing it for, like, resistance?
Didn't really occur.
What, in a world where people just...
I mean, I didn't really think of
it needing it?
it needing it.
Oh, fair enough. I mean, does the magic from the barrier extend into the ethereal plane?
Honestly, that's a good question. Are you a researcher? Because that's the kind of question that we could write quite a good paper on.
I mean, I kind of do
specialize
in security.
Right.
I don't know.
That's actually a very interesting question. I may have to steal that idea for a future paper. I'll give you a reference or something. What is your name?
Ibothane, no name.
Right,
The
perfect.
fabulous sorcerer.
Right, I will not use the full thing. I'll use Ibothane, no name.
You just put TFS at the end.
Sure thing.
Yes.
But that's an interesting question. I honestly must say I do not know. I know very little about.
And now 9 step back and is having a drink.
I know very little about planar travel.
Okay.
Shit. Sorry, I nearly spilled that on the table.
Boss. I'm out of questions.
Hold on. Getting some liquid courage.
Keep him occupied.
But I have a feeling we need to ask him some more questions.
Do you know of anyone who could potentially profit from a war breaking out between the Dragonborn and the Empire again?
Perhaps. I can think that I can definitely think of some arms dealers that would profit, just in general. They supply the army. So they would.
Is there anyone who kicking? Because unfortunately, in the past, Ibothane's encountered some issues with certain races in particular, and certain people just depending on
yes,
the
I'm
Dragonborn.
well aware that many people, particularly of the older generation of my race, the generation before me, bear. Well, some of them do bear a grudge. It's more the gnomish.
We've got them on the list.
And I mean, they're what maybe a rare dwarf or two, but everyone knows that dwarves are incredibly forgiving.
Why are they a rare dwarf? Like, are they shiny?
Yes,
Okay. Pokemon.
Pokemon reference.
Do you have any names that would be top of your list?
Of what?
Anyone who's particularly outspoken against the Dragonborn, wishes that they were annihilated, taken out, killed, never come into our city, stuff like that.
There is a
Baked into a cake and then blown up.
Fired
Hypothetically.
fired in the oven
Left in the oven too long.
and then fell apart
And then
in the middle.
they
I know a
released
man. I
ghosts.
know a gnomish. It's kind of a double whammy, but I've encountered a gnomish man by the name of Josten Kelvitz. That would probably he fought in the war, and he'd most likely profit from a war. But he's currently out in the eastern provinces.
He's not here?
No, I haven't seen him in many years. He runs his trade out from a city out far east.
You reckon he could pass through the barrier?
I mean, I would assume so.
He's not evil.
Definitely not. He's unpleasant, but he's not evil.
Okay. Anyone in the in the barrier that you can think of? Around here at the moment?
So I can't give you an answer for that.
Is that because you're in a zone of truth?
I mean, in full stop, I can't answer that. I will be clear. I do not know the name of anybody within the barrier that would want the war between. I don't know the name of anybody that would be a suspect.
Do you know the description?
I don't know.
Do you know an organisation?
I don't know.
Do you know of a person in the barrier that might want to do some fucked up shit to a Dragonborn cake? Dragonborn, not the cake.
Wait, is he just not answering?
He stays silent.
I hate to be so abrasive and, quite frankly, quite aggressive in this approach, but I will tell you, if you are withholding any information from us, regardless of one that you feel is important,
We'll get Gregor on you.
we are under strict instructions that we are to take people into the palace for interrogation. We are
Very well.
reporting straight to guy above us, who's reporting straight to the Emperor as well, who I believe probably has any sort of capability to remove you from your post. Would you forfeit everything that you have to protect whatever it is you're protecting? Is a yes or no question.
Right, a lot happens now. First of all, can you both make con saves for me?
Probably.
I'm good at that one.
+3 to all my allies and bitches.
Shit, thank you. In that case, I get a 24.
Okay.
23.
Nice.
Cool.
Meanwhile, Craig just falls.
I'm going to roll for Craig and Potion Seller.
They get my +3 as well.
Craig and Potion Seller are only rolling the same number. They both get a 19.
Okay.
A lot happens at once. He looks you dead in the eyes. Yes. And as he says yes, Ibothane, you resist this. However, 9, you are blasted against the back wall of the room.
Line. Shit, I was on the line.
Immediately,
Boy.
yeah, you would know he cast Thunderwave at quite a high level.
Oh, I'm used to that.
Yeah.
I'm used to that.
He immediately bolts instantaneously to the back of